What's the price of family? Is it paid in dollars? In plane tickets? Or is it paid in the parts of yourself you give away until there's nothing left? I found out the answer to that question 12 days before Christmas with a single text message. From my father. I was on a military base in Germany, packing my bags for my first Christmas home in 4 years. I was a sergeant in the U.S. Army, and for the last decade, I had also been my family's personal ATM. Every month, like clockwork, I'd send half my paycheck home. I thought that's what loyalty meant. I thought that's what family was for. I was wrong. As I was picturing my mom's hug and my dad's rare smile, my phone buzzed. It was from my dad. 7 words that changed everything. Christmas is better without you. Don't come. I stared at the screen, my heart turning to ice. A minute later, a follow-up from my sister, Haley. It'll just make things awkward. Please don't show up. I didn't argue. I didn't ask why. I just typed a single word back. Understood. Then I opened my laptop, and with a few quiet clicks, I set fire to the bridge they had been taking for granted for years. 48 hours later, my phone was blowing up with 7 missed calls. One of them was from their lawyer. My name is Anna, and this is the story of how I finally came home. By walking away, the quiet betrayal hope is a funny thing. You'd think someone trained in tactical risk assessment would know better than to bet on people who consistently let you down. But I guess I'm human before I'm a soldier. And humans hope. When my Christmas leave was approved, I was genuinely ecstatic. I booked a non-refundable flight, a testament to my ridiculous optimism. I messaged my mom. Got leave. I'll be home for Christmas. She replied with a single heart emoji. No words, just a little red heart. I told myself not to overthink it. For a few days, I let myself live in the fantasy of a warm welcome. The reality, of course, arrived via that text message. And as I stood there in the barracks, the phone heavy in my hand, my heart didn't just break. It shattered. But this time, something else rose from the wreckage. Not anger. Not even revenge. Just clarity. That night, I logged into the systems that tied my life to theirs. The joint utility account I'd been temporarily covering for 3 years. My sister's car insurance, which had been quietly auto-billing to my credit card since she lost her job. And most importantly, the mortgage payment portal. You see, I didn't own the house, but my credit score and steady income were the only reason they had it. Since my dad's layoff, I had been the invisible crutch holding them up. A crutch they never once acknowledged. So I made some quiet changes. I shut down the auto transfers. I sent a formal, notarized email to the mortgage servicer stating I would no longer be contributing financially. Are you sure? A representative asked when she called to confirm. This could trigger a payment disruption. I'm sure, I said, my voice steady. And then I did something that even I can't fully explain. I got on the plane. They had made it painfully clear I wasn't welcome, but the ticket was booked. And some stubborn, wounded part of me needed to see it through. I needed to come home one last time, even if I never stepped foot in the house. The fallout, I landed 2 days before Christmas and took a cab straight to a budget motel off the interstate, the kind of place that smells like old secrets and bleach. I didn't call them. I just waited. By the next morning, the storm hit. My phone was buzzing off the hook. 7 missed calls before noon. 3 from Dad, 2 from my sister Haley, and 1 from a number I didn't recognize until the voicemail played. Miss Morgan, this is Nathan Calloway, legal counsel for your parents, the smooth voice said. I've been informed you've withdrawn financial support tied to their mortgage. They're understandably concerned. I'd like to speak with you before this creates complications. I whispered to the empty room. Now they were concerned. Not when I was wiring money from another continent. Not when I was missing years of my own life. Now, When the money stopped, I didn't call back. The messages started pouring in. First anger. What the hell, Anna? You can't just abandon your family. Then the manipulation began. Mom's been crying all day. Dad says he's having chest pains. You're killing them with this silence. I raised a glass of cheap motel whiskey to the ceiling. To emotional blackmail, vintage 1995, and still going strong. By Christmas Eve, they escalated. Haley posted a family photo on Facebook. 3 stockings hung on the fireplace wall. Mine wasn't there. The caption read, "Some people forget who fed them when they were starving." That's when I broke my silence. I created a photo album on my own profile, title, "Just So We're Clear." Inside were screenshots of bank transfers, insurance payments, and mortgage contributions with my personal info blacked out. No commentary, no drama. Just receipts. The reaction was a digital wildfire. My mom's Facebook page vanished within the hour. Dad changed his profile picture to one of him fishing. And I got a final anonymous text from Haley. You made your point. Are you happy now? The diner, I wasn't happy. I was just done. Done explaining, done hoping, done paying to be part of a family that had written me out of the script years ago. Their liar called again, suggesting a calm discussion. A part of me was curious to see what desperation looked like up close. I texted back a time and a place. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., Denny's Diner off Route 12. Booth in the back, neutral ground. Public. They walked in at 6:03 p.m. Dad, Mom, and Haley wearing sunglasses indoors, a united front of indignation. We don't want this to get any uglier, Dad started. We're family, Mom whispered, her voice fragile. We all said things we didn't mean. But to post our private business online? Haley sniffed. That was low, Anna, even for you. I took a slow sip of my coffee. No, I said, my voice flat. You did that yourselves. I just stopped paying for the cover-up. Haley's sunglasses slipped. Her eyes were red. You didn't have to cut us off. That house, I interrupted, was being paid for by someone who wasn't allowed in it for Christmas. Let's not pretend this was about anything else. Dad slammed his fist on the table. You think this makes you better than us? No, I said quietly. Just not stupid enough to keep financing my own erasure. That's when the bell above the diner door jingled. An old man with sharp eyes and a familiar cane walked in. My Uncle Tom. The entire booth froze. Tom, my dad stammered. I didn't know you were in town. You never do, Tom said, his voice calm as a winter morning. He looked at me. Anna, good to see you. Then he turned his gaze back to my parents. I heard about the messages, the lawyer. You always were good at acting, Ron. My mom started to speak, but Tom raised a hand. Save it. He reached into his coat and dropped a sealed envelope on the table. My updated will, he announced to the silent diner. Signed 2 weeks ago. Lisa is the sole beneficiary. The house, the land, the savings, it all goes to her. Haley's mouth fell open. You're joking. No, Tom said. I don't joke about consequences. When I had my health scare last year, she was the only one who showed up. Flew from another continent. You didn't even call. He looked at my dad. I'm not cutting you out. I'm cutting out the rod. Tom turned and left, the quiet tap of his cane echoing in the stunned silence. I stood up, dropped a few bills on the table. You made your decision, I said. This was mine. My dad growled. So you just walk out after everything we did for you? I looked him dead in the eye. You didn't do anything for me. You did things to me, and now I'm done. 2 months later, I'm standing in the quiet living room of my Uncle Tom's house. It's mine now. It's not a reward. It's a sanctuary. I haven't spoken to my parents or Haley since that night. I blocked their numbers, and for the first time, I didn't feel guilty. You don't owe your peace to the people who are determined to destroy it. Even if they share your blood, I'm not sure what I'll do next. But for the first time in my life, I'm not looking back. I'm just home. Thanks for listening. This story wasn't easy to tell, but maybe someone out there needed to hear it. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever had to choose between your family and your own peace of mind? And if you want to hear more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe.